Hello students, welcome to the session. In this session, we are going to see CATIA Sketcher. In this session, we are going to see the various toolbars present in the Sketcher toolbars. In this session, we are going to see the various toolbars present in the Sketcher. First is a profile toolbar. I am going to show you how to enter in the Sketcher mode. So I am opening the CATIA. This is the CATIA software. Click Start, click Mechanical Design, click Part Design, give the part name, sketch number 1. Do not click any checkbox in this dialog box. Click OK. Now you will be entering into CATIA interface. Before going to start the sketch, you need to clean these toolbars in the default location. So to do that, go to the tools, click Customize, then click Toolbars, click Restore All Contents, click OK, Restore Position, click OK, close this toolbar. Now we just click on Sketcher toolbar. So you can drag this toolbar here. Now to work on planes, instead of using default planes, I am going to use the axis systems. So you just hide these all default planes by shift first to last plane by pressing the shift key. Hold a right click here, just use the hide and show from contextual options, then click on insert. You will be find here axis system, click on it, just deactivate this current checkbox, then click on OK, then click sketch. So select the plane. I'm selecting the plane YZ, which is front plane, which is parallel to this compass. So click on this YZ plane. So here you select this plane and click on OK. You will enter in the sketcher. Now here as well I need to reset the all toolbars. So click tools, click customize, then click toolbars, restore all contents and restore positions, click close. I don't want to use this filter, so this toolbars navigator toolbar I don't want it. Now you can see these various toolbars available in this list. So first toolbar as we see in here, a profile toolbar. The second toolbar is operations. So to see this profile toolbar, you need to drag this toolbar by mouse and press the shift key to change its orientation from vertical to horizontal or vice versa. Then another toolbar which is operation. So to see the operation toolbar, just drag here. Next toolbar is constraint. Next toolbar, sketch tools. Next toolbar is a tools. Next toolbar is exit sketch. This toolbar name is a sketcher, and here you see exit workbench. Now I need to reset this all one more time. Click customize, toolbars, restore position. OK, close it. Now I required only profile toolbar to demonstrate the entities one by one. So I just orient this to horizontal. Now let us see the first toolbar, which is profile tools. In the profile tools there are various options, like first profile. Let us see how to draw the profiles. Just select this profile tool, first command from a profile toolbar. Select profile, draw any random profile. Now here I want to draw an arc. Then we have direct option available in the sketch tool. Just take the tangent arc. So it will continue to create the profile with arc entity. Then another line I want to draw, but while drawing it you will be observe here or notice that some blue lines appear. That is a smart pick lines. I don't want to take the automatic constraint through smart pick lines option while creating the profile. Then press the shift key and then draw the profile. So unnecessary constraint, automatic constraint will be disappeared while drawing the profile. So I am pressing the shift key and click on the screen. Now I am releasing the shift key. Now it shows the color blue, which it means automatic constraints will taken up. So I need here automatic constraint horizontal. That's why I am releasing the shift key and click over here, click vertical line, click horizontal line. So it will be snap out automatically based on your mouse movement location. So here I am selecting, then click this line. Now right click here and left click on the screen. This profile is getting created. Similarly, if you want to create another profile, you just click a profile tool, draw the line, draw the inclined line, which is similar in nature, but I don't want this constraint. Then press the shift key while drawing this entity. Then here in this sketch tools you will be find tangent arc. You can take the tangent arc, then press the shift key, draw inclined line, and if you want to close this here itself, I want to finish this command here itself, then double click here. After double clicking, the profile is created open entity and you will exit from the command. So first option we see in here, profile. Second, let's see, second is a rectangle. Now to explain the rectangle, I am deleting this first profile entity by dragging the window selection and hit a delete key button from the keyboard. Then create a rectangular profile. So click a start point and diagonal end point. So you will see a rectangle is get created. So in this rectangle there are various options just like oriented rectangle. So to see that oriented rectangle, I just delete this previous profile. Just click the drop down list of rectangle. Options, hidden options in the rectangle will be displayed. So first is created rectangle, second is oriented rectangle. To create oriented rectangle, you need to place a random 3 points anywhere in the space. So after doing that, you will see this oriented rectangle, but while creating that, automatic some constraints are taken. This is perpendicular constraint, this is parallel constraint. So if you don't want to use that constraint, just select this, delete, and create oriented rectangle by pressing shift key. Now you try to see, after pressing the shift key as well, this automatic constraint is not disappeared because it is predefined in it. Okay, so I need to delete this. This is the oriented rectangle which is generally used to create the parallelogram. Now I'm using the another option to create a parallelogram, direct parallelogram option. So click on parallelogram, first point, second point, and third point anywhere in the space you can create. This is the parallelogram entity. Next entity is elongated hole. So I'm deleting this profile, then use this option, elongated hole, start point, click on end point, then click here a radius point. So this predefined profile, elongated hole profile, is get created. Now you noticed here there are few automatic size constraint and geometrical constraints are taken up. Now I'm deleting this profile. Next is cylindrical elongated hole. To create a cylindrical elongated hole, select the next option here and create center point of arc, start point of arc, end point of arc, and then radius point of the elongated hole. So this profile is getting created. I will show you one more time here. Just click the cylindrical elongated hole, click start point, first click the center point, click start point, then click end point, and then radius point. After clicking, you will see this cylindrical elongated hole profile get created. Now I'm deleting this profile, just press the delete key. Next is keyhole profile. To create keyhole profile, just click here, click center point, end point, and radius point, and diameter point of a circle. So these 4 points you need to define, and then this keyway profile is getting created. So if you don't want, you can delete. I'm repeating this one more time. Just click this keyhole profile, click start point, click end point, click radius first point, click radius or diameter second point. This keyway hole profile get created. Now I'm deleting this profile. Let's see this another profile. Next is keyhole profile, which is shown earlier. Next is hexagon. To create hexagon, click here hexagon, click start center point and end point to create the hexagon. So this is get created. Next one is, I'm deleting this profile, centered rectangle, also called symmetrical rectangle. So select this command, centered rectangle, click here, click the end point. So this is get centered rectangle get created. And now I'm deleting this profile one more time. The benefit of this centered rectangle, it always maintain the symmetric relationship with respect to the center location. So if you try to drag this, equally distributed length is getting created. So I'm deleting this profile. Then another is centered parallelogram. So to create centered parallelogram, this is similar kind of this parallelogram, but in center parallelogram it will maintain the symmetry. So click the center parallelogram, you need to create one reference horizontal and reference vertical entity. The centered parallelogram get created. You will be notice that it looks like a symmetric rectangle. That is because the references we are taken which is horizontal. So to create parallelogram, it is recommended to create any reference entity which is some inclined in nature. Now with respect to that reference entity, we can draw the centered parallelogram. Select the first entity, then select the second reference entity, and then you hit the endpoint. Now again it is maintaining the symmetrical distance from the center. But to make the center reference, it is recommended that you select the both entities by pressing Ctrl key and convert it into construction mode. So you just click here sketch tool construction mode button. So this is get created construction entity, and now I'm switch off this button. So this is the centered parallelogram. I'm deleting this entity. Let's go for the next. The profile tools was second one is circle and arc. So I'm closing this button. So next option is circle. So to draw the circle, you need to define first the center point and the radius point. So this circle is created. Again, if you want to use another option, that is 3-point circle, the next option is 3-point circle. You select the random 3 points anywhere in the space 1, 2 and 3. So 3-point circle is get created. In the first option, we require the center point and radius point. In the second option, random 3-point location we need. Now I'm deleting this. Let us see another option. Coordinate circle. To create a coordinate circle, click on the button circle using coordinates, and in the dialog box we have to define the location. So I need the location at 0.1 inch horizontal, 0.2 inch in vertical location. So if you see that, this is that location plotted, and the radius automatically taken up. In this option itself, you will see the radius option as well. I'm repeating this command one more time. Just I'm deleting this. Click here, define this location 0.1 and 0.2 from horizontal and vertical reference, and the radius I required here the radius I required here a 0.5. So now it is showing the constraint in blue color, which it means it is fully constrained, because all the dimensions which is required to draw this profile we are defined. So this profile is not going to move anywhere. That's why it shows in green color. So I'm deleting this profile by selecting. The next option is tritangent circle. To create a tritangent circle, you need to define any 3 reference entities. It may be circle or it may be a line. You can see this anywhere in the space. I'm creating 3 random line and circle entity. Now I'm selecting this option which is tritangent circle. You select first, second, third circle. So by keeping the tangency for all circles, the profile get created. Another one which is a tritangent circle. Again you select the entity's line, and by maintaining the tangency to that line, it get created the profile. Or even you can select 2 circles and 1 line as well to create the tangential reference. So this is a tritangent circle profile. Now I'm deleting these all profiles entities. Next option is 3-point arc. So in the 3-point similar kind of circle, there are various options to create the arc. So in this arc, you select 3-point arc, randomly take anywhere in the space 3 point, you will see this arc. Now I'm deleting this 3-point arc. Let's check another option, 3-point arc starting with limits. So here this is a 3-point arc starting with limits. So you select here center point, start point, I'm repeating, start point, end point and radius point. You can define here radius point. So 3 different points we required. I'm repeating it again, start point, end point and then radius point. Whether it is concave or whether it is convex depends on your mouse movement. Now I'm selecting this. So this is the option related to limit, 3-point arc with limit. Next is arc, which is center point arc, which is similar kind of center point circle. You have to select here only one point, center point, start point and end point. So click on command arc, select the center point, start point and end point. So this is get created arc. Now next tool in the profile toolbar is spline. So to create a spline, I'm closing this. To create a spline, just click on the spline, draw a random points like this. So it is a freehand sketch profile. I'm repeating this, just click the spline, first, second point, third point, and if you want to finish this command here, just double click over here. You will see this is spline get created. Now in this spline you can able to give the dimensions only to this point. You can't give the dimensions to the spline profile. That is because it is not parametric curve, it is freestyle curve. So that style you can change by changing the location of point itself. So you need to define the location of point. If you drag this point, accordingly the shape of profile is get changed. So this is the spline tool. Next one is connect curve. When you want to connect two spline with each other, then you just expand the drop down list of spline. Here you will see the connect curve option. So in the connect curve, click the first option, and in the sketch tools the type of connection you have to define. So first option is connect with spline, second is connect with point continuity, connect with tangential continuity and connect with curvature continuity. So I'm selecting connect with spline, first option profile and the second profile. Once you see here, this profile is get connected, but this is not as per our requirement. So I'm deleting this entity. I'm repeating it one more time. Click on sketch, sorry, click on connect, select to connect with, select to connect with line entity. So that is you use continuity in the point. So click here, first entity and then second entity. Now it is connected with the point. Now this is, I don't want to use this linear entity, then I delete this from keyboard, use connect curve, use this another option which is continuity in tangency, first profile then second profile. So now it is trying to connect with tangential continuity, but this tangential continuity is not as per our requirement. Then you double click on it. Here you'll see two different arrows. If you reverse these arrows, the direction of that connection is get changed. If you double click here, it is get changed. Here you can provide some 10 more pull and push value to make it blend control. You can just enter the numbers. Now if you find it is okay, then just hit the button OK. You will see this connection. So the command which is connect generally used to connect to two different curves. So you can connect the curves either with spline or either with arc. Now the next option is continuity in curvature. So if I deleting this entity again and trying to redraw, just click on this continuity in curvature, first profile, then second profile. It will follow the curvature continuity. Double click on it, you will find this option curvature, and you want to reverse this direction, and here I'm defining this value 3 again. Okay, now the difference between previous and next one is, first option in the tangency, it will control the tangential continuity, and it will control the curvature continuity here. So click on OK. So this is connected with the spline, and if you want to connect with arc, here we can provide the radius, then select this connect, select this command which is connect with arc option, first profile, second profile. Now it is connected with the arc. You can define the dimensions to this arc now, but here I can't give the dimensions, only location of point we can define. So this is what about this connect curve and spline. Next option, which is conic. So in the conic, I am first deleting this previous entity. So for conic, you can select here drop down list, select option which is ellipse, select the start point, select major axis point, and select the minor axis point. Major axis and minor axis depends on your mouse location. If you stretch maximum here, the second option comes convert into major axis. Now I'm selecting this as a minor axis. So semi major axis and semi minor axis you can define. So this ellipse get created. So another option which is parabola bifocus. So I'm deleting this conic, just click parabola bifocus. Now you observe this commands prompt over here, select a point or click to locate the focus. So I'm selecting this focus point first, then this next option showing to here in this message, select a point or click to locate the apex point. So I'm defining the apex point somewhere here. So focus point, apex point, and then start and end point you have to define. After that you will see this parabola drawn by focus option. I'm repeating this one more time. Just click parabola by focus, start focus point, apex point, start point, and end point. This is get created. Now I'm deleting this. The next option which is hyperbola by focus. So for hyperbola, again you just click on the button, then you will see this prompt message, select point or click to locate the focus. So I'm selecting this focus point, then it is asking here the message, select a point or click to locate the center. So I'm selecting the center over here, and then you draw the start point. Now it is asking to select the point or locate the apex. So in between that two, I want to define the apex point here, then define start point and end point. Okay, so focus point, the end point, apex point, start point, and end point. So this number of selections is required for hyperbola by focus. So one is parabola, another is hyperbola. The next one is a conic. So for to draw the conic, just click on it. So you can draw this conic by various options in the sketch tools. So first option here, which is we need to define here 2 points. So first point, its direction, then second point of conic and its direction, tangential direction, and in between that the conic you can define. So hit to define the specific parameter, double click on parameter value, by pressing the tab key from keyboard, and you can enter the conic value. So if you hit 0.5, it is considered as a ellipse. If you enter a 0.2, it is less than 0.5, it is considered as parabola, and if it is more than 0.5, it is considered as a hyperbola. So I am hitting 0.6 number. Now you will see this hyperbola is get created. I'm repeating this again with a different option, which is conic. Now earlier I drawn here 2 points, now I'm defining 4 points. So if you're trying to increase the number of points, the tangential line entity slowly get reduced. So if you see, you define here start point first as per the message, click point or click to locate the first endpoint. So first, then this direction, second and third. Here the direction is not asked, so in between that I can create here conic. I'm repeating this one more time. Just click on this conic, select this option 4 point, first point, direction point, third point, and then conic parameter point. So if you noticed here in the sketch tools, the parameter is not appearing because the parameters which we are drawing through the point selection only. The next option, which is conic again, but with 5 points. So in the 5 points, the directions is get overcome here. No need to define any direction. Direct select first point, second point, third point, fourth point. You can see that whether it is depends on your parameter point. If you go down, it considers as parabola. Going up, it considers a hyperbola. So it depends on mouse clicking. So start point, end point, okay, then first point of tangency, second point of tangency, and then parameter value. So these 5 points we require. So there are 3 different options which I explained earlier. First one, which is 2 point, this is the example here. Then second one, which is 4 points, this is this example here. Another one which is a 5 points, so this is that example here. So I am closing this. So using this conic option, you can create the ellipse, parabola or hyperbola. So now I'm selecting this all entity, delete, going to the next one. As we seen earlier, these options, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola and conic. Another option which is line. So to draw the line, you just click the button. First you expand this, so to see the various options, first select the first option line, select start point, select end point. The line entities get created. But if you want to create this line as a reference entity to create a complex sketch profile, so you select this entity, select the sketch tool, convert them into construction mode, and if you want to reconvert into standard element, you select this line, convert into standard element. So this line entities get created. Next option, which is infinite line. So for infinite line, select this and click this point. So it is created here, infinite line option. You can create infinite line horizontal from sketch tools, or you click vertical line. Okay, so again you select this infinite line and create inclined line. Now you need to define the start point and end point. So to construct any complex profiles, it is recommended to use infinite line, but in our modeling purpose it is mostly not used, very rare uses. So I'm deleting this infinite lines commands from the graphics area. The next one, which is bitangent line. So for bitangent line, you need to define a first reference entity, circle or arc. So I'm creating here arc, and I'm creating here one circle, and to make a bitangent line, just click over here, select first arc and then second arc. So it will plot a tangential line to the arcs and circle. Another example you can see for bitangent circle, if you draw here circle at center, if you draw circle at some distance from center and you want to connect these two circles by lines, then you just use a bitangent line, first line, second line. Similarly, you can plot first line and then second line. This is bitangent line. Next one, which is bisecting line. So for bisecting line, we required two different angular entity line, and in between that two, one bisecting line gets created. Just select this bisecting line, select the first entity, select the second entity. At mid of these two lines, a center line is get created, or bisecting line is get created. If you want to take as a reference, again you select this and convert it into construction mode. So this is the bisecting line. The next one, line normal to curve. So for line normal to curve, first I will delete this. I am drawing here one circle entity, and then here I am creating line normal to curve. First line, select the arc. I'm repeating here. First select the command, select the arc, and then click here. So start point must be lie on periphery of the circle. So if you see that the angle between arc and line is trying to maintain here tangency. Again you can see, sorry, it's not tangency, it's trying to maintain here a perpendicular. So again here select the circle, click here. Even if you create an arc, there also you can create a line which is normal to circle or curve. So you can select here line normal to curve. Select the point on periphery of arc, then click the end point of a line. So it creates the normal lines to the curve. Now I'm deleting this profile. Next one is axis. So to draw the axis, here the command which is generally used to create the 3D objects, especially for revolve command. So click here axis button. It is similar kind of line, start point, end point. Now here in this software you cannot create more than one axis. If you try to create another axis, the previous axis automatically converted into a reference, which is a construction. In one sketch there is only one axis you can able to draw in the software. Now if you try to use axis horizontal like this, the previous entity again automatically converted into construction. So that construction entity you may convert it into standard line, or this one also you can able to convert into standard line, but you cannot convert this axis into standard line. So if you want to convert this standard line into construction mode, you can just click, or you can off this button. You can convert or convert into construction or convert into line. But if you select this line and try to click on this axis directly, so that line will be again converted into the axis. So this is axis creation warning appear. The selected line will be transferred into an axis. Do you want to transfer this into line? Say yes. Now you can see this is converted into axis, and this previous axis converted into construction. So in short, in single sketch only single axis you can able to create. Now I'm deleting this entity. Next one is point. So to create a point, just click on the point by clicking or expand the point option first. Here the first option, which is point by clicking, just click anywhere in the space, one point is get created. Another option, point by coordinates. Now just like coordinate circle, here you can define the coordinate location of point from origin. So 0.2 inch and 0.1 inch, if you plot, you can see that this is point is get created. Next one, which is equidistance point. So to plot equidistance point, I required one any random entities, either arc or line. Now here and the arc, I'm going to create equidistance point. Just click on the arc and one dialog box appeared. Define how much quantity you want. I required 6 quantity. Just enter the 6 number and click on OK. Now 6 equal quantities points are get created, and this arc is created just for the reference selection purpose. Hence I'm selecting this arc, converted into construction. So these points are plotted, 6 number of points are plotted. Similarly, you can plot it into the line as well. So I'm selecting here line. So onto the line entity, you can plot equidistance point. Just click here and define the number of quantity how much you want. Automatically it is distributed and trying to create a 10 number of equal entities. So this is what the equal entity. As we've seen, coordinate point, equidistance point. Then another is intersection point. To create intersection point, we need one intersected profile. So first profile, I required convert it into construction to standard mode and select this first profile. Then click here second profile. The intersection point I want to highlight, then select here intersection point, first point, entity, second entity. So this is get created point. We can disable this line into construction mode for better display of the point. So this intersection point get created. Now I'm deleting this intersection point. The next option, which is projection point. So for projection point, if I'm going to create one arc entity, I'm going to create here arc entity, and so there is a projection point option. Now here it is asking this prompt, select the set of elements to be projected onto another element. So I'm selecting this point somewhere. So suppose I'm clicking the point. First I need to create a point to project it. Then select this projection point, select this point, select the entity. So this point is get projected over here. To see this effect, I'm just converting in standard entity into construction mode. So this point is get created. If you have plotted somewhere one point and I want to project it into another one, then you select here projection point, select this point, click over here. Now see, this point is converted into reference. I want to make it as a standard. So these all points we required it to create for the construction purpose. So it is always recommended that don't create these points as a standard elements. So you select these points and convert all points into construction entity using construction mode. You select all points by control key and then convert into construction mode. So if you try to exit, you are not able to see that point in the sketcher, in this part model. If you double click on the sketch, you will see that points only in the sketcher. If you convert into standard element, then if you try to exit the sketch from Workbench, you will see that point in the 3D mode. But if you don't want to show it in 3D, it is recommended that this entity you have to convert into construction. So all construction entities will not be displayed in the 3D model, it will be displayed only in the sketcher mode for the reference purpose. The next toolbar, which is operation, we will see in this next session. We will see this in next session. So I am exiting from Sketch Workbench and save this file. Thank you all of you to attend this session. Thank you all of you to attend this session. We will see you in the next session.